When the N64 was released, everyone was going crazy about gaming entering the third dimension. The N64 had two launch titles, one game involving some dude in a red hat, and Pilotwings 64. I don't think I have to talk about the Mushroom Kingdom's jump into 3D and how it changed the gaming industry, because I already did. Instead, let's talk about Pilotwings 64. I like to think of Pilotwings 64 as a tech demo for the N64, similar to Wii Sports and the Wii. Believe it or not, these crappy graphics were a big deal back in the day. This game was actually considered realistic, not only from a graphic standpoint, but from a physics standpoint as well. Pilotwings 64 has not lasted the test of time. There's a handful of vehicles to utilize, from hang gliding to jetpacks. The missions involve things like going through rings, popping balloons, and destroying killer robots. The missions were very easy at first, but they can get pretty difficult as you progress through the story. The controls are partially to blame. Pilotwings has not held up that well from a control standpoint. It might have been groundbreaking for its time, but a lot of what made this game special back in '96 make it very hard to play in 2018. Some of the more fun aspects of this game include the Jetpack Missions and some of the bonus stages. Parachuting is fun because the controls are pretty tight as you're skydiving and making formations with your teammates. The human cannonball missions are also fun because you have to test out the wind and figure out the physics of the game in order to succeed. Don't think I forgot about the Birdman missions. These aren't exactly missions, but more of a laid-back level where you fly around and take pictures while listening to the most soothing music of all time. Barry White would have killed this track. The entire soundtrack is amazing in Pilotwings, one of the better soundtracks I've ever heard. If you haven't played Pilotwings before, there's no reason to play it now. There are plenty of flight simulators out there that have outdone it. If you want to just play it for nostalgic reasons and fly around listening to Barry White, then that's a different story. It's always fun just exploring Mount Rushmore and seeing Mario's face up there. Cool little Easter egg. As always, thanks for watching, boys and girls. Pilotwings meant a lot to me as a kid, but it just doesn't hold up the way it used to. After a good 30 minutes, it gets boring now. The charm, even with nostalgia, has worn out. Let me know if there's a good modern flight simulator that's fun.